Hello guys, welcome to this tutorial. My name is Emmanuel. In this tutorial, we'll be creating the sample of the Samsung ad flyer we have on our screen here. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If you are new to the channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification icon to get notified whenever we post a new video. Kindly give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend it to other people and it helps us create amazing content like this. I'll be giving the gifts at the end of this video, so I advise you to watch this video from the beginning to the end so that I can show you how to redeem this free gift. Without further ado, let's get started. Now the first thing we want to do is to select this image that we have here, head on to the delete button and we delete it. We'll head on to the three dot on the right corner of our screen and we'll head on to image size. Now the dimension for this design is 1280 by 1280 pixels and we'll click OK. Next up, we want to head on to the plus icon and to the gallery and we want to bring in the resource for this design. And if you want to try this design out, I'll be leaving a link in the description of this video so that you can download all the resources that were used in this video and you will try your hands on this design. Now that we have our background here, we'll scale it up all the way to fit onto our screen and then we'll head on to layers and we'll lock this so that we have it in place. Next up, want to head on to the plus icon again and to the gallery, and then we'll be bringing in the device that we'll be using for this ad flyer. So the device we'll be using is the Samsung Galaxy S21. Now I'm not in any way promoting Samsung, though I love Samsung, but this is strictly for design purposes and for learning purposes. So we'll just crop this to remove excesses and we'll click OK. So now that we have it, we'll just scale it all the way down and then we'll position it here nicely. We can use our grid tool to just position this and create a balance, and we'll just leave it here for now. Next up, want to head on to the plus icon and we'll add the text, and the text we'll be adding the price drop since it's a promotional flyer. So we'll type price and we'll break it and we'll type drop. So we have it over there and we'll click OK and we have it here. So next up, we'll be applying the style on the text that we have there. So if you don't know how to create style on Pixellab, I have a video that I'll be linking in the description of this that will show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to create this amazing style that I created, and you can apply it on your design as well. And I'll be leaving a link to the style preset in the description of this video, so kindly check it out. So I'll just head on to style and I have browse style and my style. So this is the style here and I'll just apply it, and I'll head on to size and then I'll simply increase the size of this from what I have there to 47 and I have it there and I check. So I'll just head on to the alignment and I'll use the align center and I'll take it all the way up and I check. So next up, I want to add the name of the company, which is Samsung. So I'll just type the text there and I'll type Samsung all caps. So I'll just delete this and I'll type Samsung and I have it here and I'll click done and I click OK. Next up, I want to head on to color and I'll be changing this color from what I have there to a black color. So I apply the black color and I click OK, and then I'll head on to font and I'll be changing this font from what I have here to another font that I install. So if you don't know how to also install font on Pixellab, I will leave a link in the description of this video that will show you a step-by-step on how to download and install font on Pixellab. And the font I'll be using here is Go Bold Extra. So we have it here and I click OK. Next up, I want to head on to size and then I'll increase the size all the way to 45 and I check, and I head on to letter spacing and I'll increase the spacing in between these letters to 4 pixels and I click OK. I'll drag it all the way up and I position it somewhere here for now and I leave it there. So next up, I want to add the price discount we'll be giving for this device. So I head on to the plus icon and then I head on to shapes and then I locate the shape I'll be using for this. So I just select this and I select this shape scale it down a little bit, and I have it here nicely, and I check. So I head on to color, and I'll be using a gradient color for this, and this gradient is a default gradient color here on Pixellab. So I'll be applying this gradient here, and I click OK. Next up, I want to head on to the plus icon again, and I'll add another shape, and I'll just scale this down all the way like this, and I'll scale it down all the way, and I'll just position it somewhere around here, and I'll scale it down again this way, and I'll increase the radius all the way to 15 pixels, and I click OK. And then next up, I head on to color, and I'll be using the same gradient I used for the other shape, and I apply this gradient here, and I click OK. And I'll select this, and I'll bring it to front because I want the other shape to be behind it. So I just look for the option, and I bring it to front. So I'll select the other shape, and then I'll head on to positioning or position, and I'll try to balance it by using the positioning tool to just balance my shape nicely. And I'll just take it up a bit, reduce it, take it up a bit, and this way, and I think it's looking okay. So I head on to the layers option, and then I'll just simply merge this together so that I have them together, and I'll be able to move them together. So next up, I'll head on to the plus icon, and I'll add the text, and the text I'll be adding for this is get 100,000 naira discount. So you're getting a 100k discount for this device. So I'll type get, and I want to break it, and I'll type the amount you'll be getting as a discount. So you'll be getting 100k discount, and I click OK. Next up, I want to head on to style, and I'll bold this, make it bold, and I check, and then I'll head up to size, and I'll reduce the size all the way to 32, and I position it over here nicely, but it's a bit big, so I'll just reduce it all the way down to 26, and I leave it this way, and I hit OK. So next up, I want to head on to alignment, and I'll use the center alignment, and I have it there nicely. So I'll use the positioning tool to try to balance my text in the middle of the shape so that it aligns properly. So I just use this, and I just balance it nicely, and I have it there. So I check. So next up, I want to add the word discount. So I add a text, and then I type this word discount. So I'll erase this, and I type discount, and I click OK. And then I head on to size, and I'll reduce the size all the way down to about 22, and I click OK. I'll just drag it all the way here, and I'll use the position tool to try to balance it, and I will check. So I'll just shift it in a little bit. So I have it there nicely, and I think it's looking okay. So I head onto the layers panel, and then I'll group these two together. I'll merge it together, and then I'll go back, and I'll use the positioning tool to try to position it a little bit. Yeah, and I have it there nicely. And then I'll head onto the layers panel again, and I'll merge the two, the text and the shape together. So I merge it, and I have them together. So the next thing I want to add is to add the name of the mobile device we're talking about here. So head on to the plus icon, and then I type Galaxy S21. So I just edit this, and I type Galaxy S21, click done, and I click OK. and I head on to color, and I'll change the color of this from what I have there to a black color, and I check, and then I'll head on to font, and I'll be changing this to a font that I have installed on Pixellab. So the name of this font is Go Bold Low Plus. So I have it there, and I click OK. Next up, I want to head on to size, and I'll increase the size a little bit to 43. Click OK, and then I head on to letter spacing, and I increase the letter spacing all the way to 4 pixels. So I'll just drag this all the way and I'll position it here. So the next thing I want to add is to add the amount, the initial amount, and also the specification of this device that we're talking about. So I already have that type, so that it will save us time. I'll simply head on to my layer, and I will just reveal it. I have it here, so I'll just reveal it, and I'll select the second one also, and I'll reveal it as well. So what I want to do now is to use my guide here, to use this guide to try to position my element properly, because margin is very essential when it comes to design. So I wouldn't want to place my elements on my margin, so I'll just position this right here, and I'll use that as my guide. I'll try to align my elements properly. So I just have this, and I'll just position it on the line like this nicely, and also position this on the line nicely, and this also just position it here nicely, and I have this here nicely as well. So guys, alignment is very important when it comes to design, because it helps your design to look professional. The next thing we're going to be typing is to type the social media handle, the website, and the contact details and all other information. So I already have that type. They are pretty basic stuff. They are not so difficult to do, so you can just follow suit, and I'll just select this and I'll reveal it onto my design, and I have it here nicely. So I'll just position this, and I'll bring it here, and I'll use the relative positioning tool, and I'll position this to the center, and I have it there nicely. So guys, as you can see, our design is looking all that nice, and the next thing you want to do is to save your design as a project. So you head on to this save option here, and you see this save as project. You click on it, and you add the name of your project, and you click OK to save it as a project. And the second thing you want to do is to save your design as a picture, so that you can send to your client, or you can post your social media handles. So all you need to do is to come down to save image here, and there's one secret I want to tell you about this. If you want to save your image with good quality, all you need to do is to come to this default here, and then you change the quality from default to very high, or you use the ultra. But what I normally use here is the very high image quality, and I save my image and I send it to my social media handle or to whoever I want to send it to. So guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial, and I would love to see what you've created. I'll be leaving a link in the description of this video to the support group on Facebook, where we share our designs and we give reviews also. So kindly join the group and share your designs with me, so that I can see what you have done and give you a review on your design. And I talked about the free gift I'll be giving all my viewers and all my subscribers from the beginning of this tutorial. So I'll be leaving a link in the description of this video to our Telegram platform, where we share free resource to our subscribers, and we support upcoming designers also with free resources to begin their design journey. So kindly click on the link and join, and you drop a message on the group, and you'll be given your free gift. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.